What's going on YouTube, and welcome back to another Then We Eat how-to video. This week we're going to be showing you how to cut up a brisket. First thing we're going to do here today, we're going to trim this up. I have gone ahead, I've removed it from the packaging, and I did kind of dry it off, remove some of that extra blood. So now it's time to remove the fat. This piece is maybe more fatty than some of the ones you might find. I did kind of pick some of the fattier ones. I saved the fat for sausage. You could use it in hamburgers or really any kind of meaty thing that you need a little bit of fat for. It's awesome for that. So I keep it for that. If you don't want a fatty one, you can pick a less fatty one. So what we're looking to do is just remove the fat. You're going to want to take smooth, long pieces of fat away until you've removed essentially all of it. And you're looking to keep it fairly thin because you don't want to pierce into your meat too much. So you're just going to keep removing the fat till all of it's gone. It will take a while. So there's the top part finished. I'm going to flip this over, just clean up the bottom, and then it'll be time to separate it. You can see you've got some of this skin here. It's kind of a thinner kind of a skin, I guess we'll say. You can kind of peel it up. They call that silver skin. You want to remove as much of that as you can as well. That should be good on this side. Now let's see if we can separate this guy. So what we're looking for is this fat line that you can see that runs right through here. So what you're looking to do is run your knife right through it until you separate this thick tip piece from this thin flat piece. So we'll just start right here, right in the thick of the fat. We'll just run our knife right through it. And as I say, what you're looking for is to cut right through fat the whole time. And if you keep cutting through fat, you know you're on the right line. And as you cut, just kind of peel it back as you go. You can see as I'm cutting, I'm still hitting fat. That tells me I'm still in the right line. Just keep working your knife right into that fat line until you run out and you end up coming out on the other side. And if you feel the need to flip it, you can do that, because now that we get close to the end, I'll turn this towards the camera. You kind of see this line in here. So you can kind of carry on that way too, to try to help finish it off. Just like that. Got a tip and a flat. Now there's still quite a bit of fat on here, so I am going to trim some more of this off. But that's the basic separation process. So there you have it. There's your tip done. I did leave some of the fat on. You don't need to remove all of it. The fat's just going to make your meat a little more moist, more juicy, give it more flavor. So leave some of the fat on, just not a ton. As you can see, the other side is quite lean. There wasn't a lot of fat on it to begin with. So I left some on this side. Should be good enough. I'll go ahead, I'll trim up the tip, and we'll see you when it's time to get some roasts. And basically you're looking to do the same thing with the tip that you did with the flat. Trim as much of that excess fat off as you can. And there we have it, a flat and a tip. At this point, you can pretty much do whatever you'd like. You can cut this flat into multiple roasts, or if you've got a big gathering, you could leave it as a whole roast and cook it all at once. As for the tip, there's a bunch of different things you can do with it. You could leave it as a roast, kind of cut it about here and use the thick end for burnt ends. You can chop it up, use it as ground beef, or you could cut it into pieces and use it as stewing beef. If you're using it as stewing beef, you're going to want to braise it a little bit. It can be a little bit chewy if you don't braise it. Otherwise, it's very tasty and it's very, very good burger meat. Unfortunately, there's nothing for me to try, so I guess this is it. If you liked the video, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel to see more of our videos in the future, and hit the bell to be notified when we upload next. And leave a comment down below. What did you think of this tutorial? Was it very helpful? How can we make it better in the future? Oh, and don't forget, first we cook, then we eat.